Right, that was a shot from down there, I think. Where's my thumb going over the scope? Oh, it's gone now. Oh, it could have been from over there, couldn't it? I can't read that. I think I might say Brenner. I don't know if that is Brenner or not, but it looked like it said Brenner on the sign. Right, I don't need a sickle. shot went from in here then. Evening, buddy. How you doing? Right, set me chat up. Pop out chat. Expand window. Live chat. There we go. Right now. Actually, I want to let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this map. Right, where's Brenna? Toplin, Brenna. Right. Right, we're there. Just outside Brenna. There's a hospital in Brenna. You can go and have a look. So we need some either charcoal tablets or fillers. Been hanging off wheelie bins all day. Alright, what's that all about then? Pressure wash. Ah, right. There's a bloke who does that round by us. He's got like this little wagon he runs round with, and he must make a mint doing it. So this little like hydraulic jack system on the back, and he hooks the bins up and comes up, and he got a pressure washer on them, and then runs round. You see him round here all the time doing it. Oh, fair play. It's good money, mate. It's literally customers at every house, isn't there? Yeah, do you know, every time I see him doing those bins, because I mean he sort of goes round like once or twice a week. He's obviously got a round. But every time I see him, I always just think, oh, mate, you just must be making absolute killing. I doubt it's. He's got like I think it's like a Toyota Hiace. Like these like two little hydraulic things, so you can like do two bins at the same time. I doubt that was cheap, but a bit of a license to print money though, that. Yeah, mate, 100% guaranteed. I actually did some when I was younger. I'd done some agency work, and it was like the big I don't know what biffer bin type things, and guy I was working with, he went, you can do this one. He said, break you in. And I was like, well, why can I do this one? He drove up to it, and it was a dog kennel. And basically, it was just a biffer bin full of dog shit, mate. I was, Mate, I've never smelt anything like it in my life. Dog crap's not exactly the best, nicest smelling stuff anyway. You just like, there's just a million of them in a bin. It's horrendous. Oh, my controller's just... You see that, look, when I was in that bush, just like, that's not me doing this. That's the controller. I've got proper drift. Yes, mate. Literally. And like, you picked it up on the hydraulics and lifted it up, and the stuff's just streaming out the bottom of it. All this... Oh. Mate, I'm trying not to retch just thinking about it. Just literally, I was like, do you know what? I'm not getting paid enough to do this shit, literally. That's what went through my head. I was just like, no. Minging. Absolutely minging. To be fair, that the guy had a nice little sideline. He used to pick up like rubbish from the like a couple of different burger vans and like a restaurant. They used to give him like free burgers and food and stuff. So there was sort of perks to it. Right, it's going to be zombie-tastic round here. Right, there's the police station. Alright, so I need to go down the bottom and along to the... Let's get out and round. I don't need to go in the town. So many multivits, I don't really need to pick any more. Actually, let's have a quick look at my inventory. Full, 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 full. Right, I've got a couple of spaces there. I just want to make sure I've got enough room to pick up some charcoal tablets. Oh, I need to make 4 spaces. See what that can go. They can go. I don't need those. Those are fox steaks. I just want to make a fox hat earlier. I doubt you get much off those fox steaks, to be honest. Alright, I need to head down here to the river. The hospital's got to be somewhere around here. Is that it down there? Yeah, that's it down there. Brenner's a flat out freshy town. So there's going to be some little loony running around with a shotgun down here. They'd hear a shotgun earlier. Yeah, no pants, no socks, no shoes. Just running around barefoot like a little ninja with a shotgun. Stripped. This place is absolutely stripped. Right. Need that filter. Do some charcoal tablets, but no, that'll do me. I'm not going to push my luck. Back from whence I came. Come on, Zombo. Right. I'm a bit worried that stick drift's going to absolutely mess me up. The shot I heard earlier was it was a shotgun from inside a building somewhere. So more than likely it was the police station. Same zombie there, chilling. But it'd been good to get some charcoal tablets from there, but that filter is definitely enough to get us into a gas zone. Hopefully we can find a zombie in there with another filter on it. That should give us 2 minutes of run time. I think it was like 3/4 full. We'll have a look in a bit. I think if we go over there, actually. Right. A little bit hard cover. There's a zombie. I was just making sure it was a person then for a minute. Just as the map went up, I saw him in the background. Right, so we're there. And we need to go back down the other way across the river, didn't we? Right, let's go up and round. Actually, saying that, we could go straight over and try the airfield to get the punch card again. Which would be this way. Yeah, before we get crossing over again. There's a gas zone just over there. Not just over there, right at the other side of that field. It's over the ridge. Yes, the other side of those trees, I think. Well, actually, those trees over there. I always wonder what these things are. What they're meant to be. Like bee catchers or something? I don't know. Full roll and better condition tape. Way too tight on that door. These chips. I'm pretty sure it's over that way. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just dead over there. Right, did that go back in the right place? Yeah. Right, we're going to try and cut round a little bit. Could really do with. I'm gonna have to watch my weapon raise now. It's actually now I've got the silencer on the end. It seems a bit more. Oh, it was rotten, wasn't it? Yeah, rotten. These things, when you catch that tree there, when you catch the silhouette, it always looks like a person. The tree stumps as well looks like someone knelt down in the grass. Right, now we're a little bit away from Brenner. We can have a look. Have a look. What? How much was on that? Yeah, 3/4. Keep oil, news to me. Oh, I was going to go for it. Oh, bunker, we'll have a look in there. Still get a slight chance of getting NBC loot in these. Any military area could give you like a gas mask or a filter or some NBC clothes. Pretty slim though, to be fair. Right, assault vest. Smoke grenade. And the helmet we've already got. Right, it's good it's not looted. This is a loot route. You get quite a lot of geared players. Well, to be fair, anyone who's done all of these all the way round, it goes round in a semicircle. It's a really good way to get geared. Sort of top end of the map. But obviously, if someone's come the opposite way round the semicircle of bunkers, there's a good chance they've got a decent gun on them. Possibly a plate carrier. The other thing you got to watch as well is you sometimes get landmines in them. A lot of people do is just set them in the doors. Jacket's alright, my trousers alright, and my boots don't look too bad. We're doing an electrical repair kit to fix that, to be fair. Not that we're doing a crazy amount of long distance sniping with a LAR, but... Blooming foxes. So glad I shot that one earlier and made it into a hat. That's a really warm hat as well. Like best insulation. I know I've already done this gas thing, but to be fair, I'm not. I don't. I think the punch card spawns in at the other one, the other gas thing, but I'm not 100% sure, and it's a long way to run down there to then find out that it doesn't. And there's a gas thing there. I hate this bit, but it's just too far. I can't be bothered to run all the way around. I usually run down the tree line down there and come across the other side. It's a little bit of a shorter run, not so much in the open. To be fair, I'm pretty well camoed to this field. Right, tucked up behind there. Right, so we're just there in the middle of that field. That's the side. Yep. I got 50 multi-fits, now we don't need all them. Alright, got food coming out our ears. One use on the gun cleaning kit. Make sure that's full before we go over there. Yep. I have to be a bit careful here because I'm going to run into the gas otherwise. There's plenty of zombies as well. Right. Right, we've got space there, 12 spaces there. That's full. damn it. Left that too late now. Well, I'm pretty sure didn't get the I want that actually because mine's badly damaged. I'm like 90% sure we didn't get a bunker card in here. It's mainly just up at the buildings. But no harm in checking. I gotta remember I should have 3 shots with this before it goes loud. This silencer. Right, nails. Trousers. Nothing in there. Wooden buttstock. Just another suppressor. I've already got one. I've got a gun that it fits on, but bag I don't need. Get a zombie then. Boots. Punch card. Cha-ching! Oh, damn it. Bugger off. Cool. Yeah. Right, got a punch card. Pistol. Right, I need to get out. Need to get out. Got to remember hip fires obviously ever so slightly off to the left on this. That's it, mate. Start coughing any second there. go now, mate. Right. Take that. Now we can use that. To be fair, I don't know why I'm keeping that. I don't need it. Right, now we need to hot foot it to over the bunker, or... Oh, I should keep that, shouldn't I? If I do find an M4, I do like an M4, not gonna lie. Right, now... actually, which way do I want to run? No one thing, I need to get out of here. Don't want to stay here too long. Not the smartest place to be. Right, I just want to go straight, that way. Get over the river and just start heading down the map. Watch I don't get sniped from over there. Right, well that was an absolute result. Could really do with getting something a bit more secure to put this punch card in and my gas suit. Like some sort of protective case or a little dry bag. Which just protects it a bit more inside your clothes. The worst thing is running all the way down there. You run into a zombie, you get one hit from a zombie. Oh, there's grass disappearing. We've got company. That zombie's just there chilling. There's that one. In case anybody doesn't know, when the grass disappears like that, it's when two players' vision crosses each other. I imagine there's probably someone down in that village. There normally is. Right, so if we skip over here a little bit. What is that, Colin Brody or something, I think, isn't it? Colin Brody? Something like that. Still got the gear. Yeah, this long haul bag's doing me well. Just if I had a plate vest as well, I'd have absolutely no stamina. Right, we've got meds, we've got water. That's something we've got to do actually. I've got 2 water bottles on me, haven't I? Right, excellent. And then we've got rid of our wonky water bottle, our canteen. I'm not quite sure what fixes the canteens, to be honest. I tried tape earlier and that didn't work. I don't know whether the epoxy resin fixes it or whether you can. There's certain items that can't be fixed in DayZ, and I think the canteen might be one of them. I don't know if anyone knows. You imagine it'd be either tape or epoxy resin, I suppose. A leather sewing kit's not going to cut it, and a normal sewing kit's not going to cut it. Yeah, it would sort of kind of make sense, but I don't know. I think it's one of the things you just can't fix. There's a couple of things that just you can't. It's like night vision head straps. I can't find nothing repairs them in one console anyway. No doubt you posh PC players get away with get all sorts of extra stuff. Right, there's a prison over there. So we'll just skip straight over here. Get across that river. It's the reason I haven't bothered wringing my clothes out when it was raining. Because I know I'm going to end up crossing this river eventually, so it's pointless wringing them out just to get wet again. I'll do it on the opposite side just before it starts raining, no doubt, and gets wet again. Right, so that's 3 gas zones successfully done. Although we did have to do that last gas zone twice. 3 times technically. But I ran out of filters last time, so I had to go off and get some more and come back. Still couldn't find the punch card. Got in there with a cheeky 3/4 filter. If you can't find the filters when you're looking for it, you can make them as well. Use a plastic bottle, some charcoal tablets, and some tape. Makes a makeshift filter for your gas mask. Never really used them. I think I made one, but I've never actually used it. I don't know how long they last, opposed to the actual proper ones. I'd imagine they're much the same, to be fair. I don't imagine they don't go down any quicker. could go and check out the prison. There's usually someone there, but I've got a really high chance of getting a pioneer there. Which with this... Let's make sure no one's running along here. Yeah, sadly, once you're in the water, you can't use your gun. If someone shot me now, they wouldn't be able to loot me. No, I wouldn't be able to loot me back. When someone's dead in the water, that's it, you can't get the loot. Unless you've got a boat. Yeah, if we go to the prison, there's more than likely going to be people there, or a base. It's a pretty hot spot, to be fair. Yeah, we got a good chance of getting a pioneer there, which is would be, I could get rid of the 22 pistol, and with that silencer, it's an absolute banger for zombies. Pioneer's not great on players though. But with a silencer on it, 150 meters out, all they hear is the bullet snap. Yes, they hear the bullet impact, not the actual shot itself. Pretty sure it's 150 meters. That's what it always was anyway. They might have changed that in the new update because they've changed the gun sounds. Yes, right about now I always start regretting not having a plate carrier or some sort of ballistic vest. But to be fair, I got a long way to go and I need the speed rather than the bullet protection. Yeah, I've got the best helmet for bullet protection, so you can tank a good shot to the head. Just slip them like that, like Neo at the Matrix. I so wish I could play music on YouTube. Yeah, I'd love to get a little soundboard with like the Matrix theme tune and stuff. When people start shooting at me, I just chuck it in. I don't know how other people seem to get away with it, because every time anything I've done, they end up knocking the videos off or cutting the sound to it. But I've been quite lucky. I've only had one copyright strike, and I argued the point, and they didn't. It wasn't a proper strike. Then I got it took off. It was weird though. It was like bird sounds. Copyright a bird sound. I don't know, whatever. Sort of watch here. People like to sit just up there on these balconies. Playing the wrong game. That's the right button. Don't know if you can still do this, but there we go. Yep. No, I think it's Breakpoint. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. There we go. What's that? Pioneer. Everyone forgets to look in these windows, even when the place has been looted. Right, now we're looking for M4 ammo now. Or Pioneer mags. Pioneers galore. Right, is there a mag in that one? Yep, oh that's my one. Right, pristine. Pristine. These zombies running around in there. They're having a little field day, ain't they? Right, so I've now got 3 shots. so quiet, this gun. Alright, a couple more, some more M4 rounds and we'll ditch that pistol. Gates closed. R12 shotgun. I'm not going to take that, but I'm picking it up just to stop anyone else picking it up from behind me. Heavy labourer's jacket. Oh, I've already looked at that. That's new though. Yeah, it looks like shit. Right. 380. 4 rounds in this. There's the press vest. It's sort of tempting, but I'd rather have the stamina. Yeah, pretty much, mate. I mean, they do a long coat as well, which is something I haven't seen yet. Oh, that's what we want. This shotgun's great close quarters, mind. Just literally just hit the fire button and just hold your finger on it. Absolutely shreds people. Yeah, I think maybe the trench coat might be the way forward, but I imagine it's probably going to be only on Chicago. I always come out here and look, but I've never found anything out here. It's like the upstairs of here. You forget a bit of loot there. Oh no, there is loot up here. Never used to. I always come up here and look, and I never find anything. And now there's loads of it, just to prove me wrong. Was that one in good nick? Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like absolute crap. You get loads of loot up here now. Oh, hello. A Pioneer with a 6x ACOG. Badly damaged. Oh, where? Oh, there it is. Right, do we keep that and look for an electrical repair kit? So look how that's going to be proper. Yeah, look at that. Right, then we could lose the hunting scope, which is 4 spaces. Let's drop this a second, fill these mags. that on there. Right, damaged. Damaged. And we really need two mags for the Pioneer. Shouldn't really need much more. Right, one spare mag for that. Right, so we've got 6 spaces there. That's enough. Oh, it's gone on there. I didn't want it on there. Only have one. See the red dot on it? It's fine. And the scope's mank. Right. That'll do for now. Took my stamina down a bit there. Right, fix me boots. Let's get out of here before someone turns up. Do you know what, actually, leave that for a freshie. They can have that. Take a bit of weight off me. Don't do much, but see what we're leaving. That'll do. Pristine. Pristine. Moloch with a silencer. I could just use that for the zombies actually and just save my I could set the Mark II for the zombies. Save my ammo on the Pioneer. Oh, just actually some more stuff to carry that I've got to stop and drop and go around with. Nail this water as well before we go. Fill up at the well. See, you've gone out. Yeah, zombie. Got a door there. Right, see, you've gone out there with all those zombies, because there is a lot out there. Zombie footsteps. Right, if we drop out here, come off the roof, and then come off... Took our health down a bit, but... There will be, by the time I got out the front, there would have been about 10-15 zombies out there. There always is. Barrack's quite good to loot down there though, but... Might be able to get a bit more M4 ammo from there, some 5.56. Just not really worth dealing with all those zombies. Right, we need to find an electrical repair kit. And we need to... Right, we'll be going this way. Yeah, there's usually a crazy amount of zombies over there. You should get 4 or 5 hanging around the exit of actually into the prison. And in the main gate you get a couple, there's a few by the barracks, and there's a couple just down by the guardhouse as well. And a couple in the field. As soon as you aggro one, they all come over. That's why I like using that little jump over the wall trick off the watchtower. Because they'll all go for you there, and then obviously then they've got to jump over that wall, which slows them down, gives you enough time to get in. You don't have to deal with them then. To be fair, we probably could get rid of this marksman scope now. I'm going to hang on to it for a sec until I find the electrical repair kit. Yeah, I won't mind finding that trench coat though, but I'm sort of thinking it probably just is a cow thing. You just get too warm on Livonia. Can I actually see anything? Oh, you can use it. It's not too bad. Looks pretty clean, doesn't it? I thought it was stuff, then it's just it's a log. Right, these broken buildings are good as well for stuff. Not so much at my gear level, but most people at this point are still starving for food, so... What am I doing for food? I know I've got a couple of steaks left. I think I got two steaks, 2 tins, 3 steaks, multivits, and loads of water. I'm sweating out. Yeah, that long coat on here would just be too much, wouldn't it? I just have the coat and boots and nothing else. Just run around like a fucking flasher. The first thing I thought straight away. For my 30th birthday, maybe? I think it was my 30th. That zombie's not on me. I thought that zombie was aggroing on me then, but he's not. He's on the other side of that wall, isn't he? Right, let's see if that guy comes out. Yeah, for my 30th birthday, my girlfriend at the time, there's a website that makes fake newspaper pages for you. What you do is you get this fake newspaper page and you glue it to the front of a newspaper. And she had the front page of like our local newspaper with a photo of me from a nightclub dancing on the stage, looking slightly worse for wear, my top off, with a head title of Bristol Man found exposing himself in parks, and it was a picture of me. Like, you could see I was off my head, absolutely off my head, and it took me like literally. I looked at it and I was just like, "My God, what was I doing last night?" Yeah, and I literally read the caption, and it said my name. Like, you know, apparently I was wandering up to people saying, "What time is it?" Asking women the time, and when they say they don't know, saying it's Todger time and flashing them. And I'm reading this, going, "Shit, I can't remember doing it." And then I suddenly noticed that that it was a glued page on front of a paper, but she had me going for a minute. I was like, "Shit, what have I been doing?" I was like, "I need to dial it back." I'm like, Christ. Right, do you reckon that was just a glitch zombie on me? I wonder if that website's still about, actually. It's great, great, that was a good trick. So I used to hit it really hard, so that could have quite easily been me, actually. Right, well, that answers that question. Sniper up there somewhere. Is that coming from in here? That's from inside the base, isn't it? Where's that coming from? Right, was that two people? No, didn't you see the Zeds out in the field get popped? This year, popping zombies. Two zombies got popped out in the fields, and then they were obviously then shots inside. I don't know whether... Actually, there should be there's some zombie bodies just over there. Right, let's get up in range, so they're going to be going from the top to the bottom. Yeah, these first shots, I kind of felt like they were coming from over there. Those from in the building are over there. So whether it's two people... I didn't want to be running out there. I suppose we could. Yeah, why not? Forget. They should be looting those barracks up. See, those little tree stumps just there look like people in trees. pretty sure you get an overwatch from just up here. I kind of thought you could see down this hill into there, but obviously not. Is that just a town that's gassed? Or the gas in? That's just a town that's gassed. Maybe. Yeah. Alright, because we are... Right, so that must be Nedic. That's the prison there. It might be Nedic. So we need to be heading basically just directly south down. So we're nowhere near the other gas in yet. There's a couple of heli spawns around here. Yeah, they've changed the sound of this gun now. It's a little bit louder than it was. But really, it all should have been. It should have been, even with a silencer. It should be a bit louder. It is a 5.56 after all. It's not like the biggest round, but it's still a rifle round. Right, we are about to be losing the light on here. Do we need anything? We pretty much got everything we need. Maybe like a few 5.56, but it's not really worth wasting all my 5.56 on zombies to maybe get some more. Might wait till I get to one of the broken towns, I think. Any of you guys got Apple TV? Any recommendations of what to watch? I've watched Murderbot and what else did I watch? Christ, I watched like 3 seasons of it. Just YouTube, bro. Yeah. My boy gave me his let me use his Apple TV. That gas scene over there as well. No, it's the edge. There's just a field. Right. Yeah, Murderbot, and I watched a little bit of For All Mankind. I couldn't quite get into that though. There's another one I watched, I can't remember the name of it. It was like Association, or I can remember the name of the planet it was on. It was like a sci-fi thing. The Foundation, that was it. That's good. I watched a couple of 3 seasons of that. I should remember the name really. That's worth watching. I was looking at something called I think it's called Dope Thief. I think I'm gonna have a crack at that next, but I don't know. Obviously, I've never watched Apple TV before, so I imagine there's probably loads of stuff from the past that I've missed. Got something on the floor? Oh, I thought it was a mushroom. It's just, all that stuff's relatively new, I think. here. It's going to get dark and I ditched my torch. Oh, it's always good, mate. I'll pass the hours away with it. Mate, the amount of hours I have just... Oh my god, they're right. The amount of hours I have spent watching people do dumb shit on YouTube, right, is unbelievable. There again, I mean, it's like I was a doorman. Used to work as a bouncer for years, and the shit people do when they're drunk. Oh my god, it's what you would not believe. You just literally just look at people and you just think, how do you tie your shoelaces in the morning? I used to just literally that was the first thing that came into my head. It was like, you were the reason they invented Velcro for shoes. There's just no other explanation for some people the way they behave. Funny, like, but Jesus Christ. Right, now we're not a million miles away from where we want to be, but I am so going to get lost in this dark. Right, that is getting a bit too dark to be running around out there. I'm just going to get lost. What's that? SK ammo. Right, guys, Oh, that's not a point coming back. Right, I'm going to call it there for a night. It's getting late. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. It looks cool, doesn't it? Right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thanks for watching, and I shall catch you guys later. Take it steady, guys.